Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Back in action once again on a Monday night. It's the Red Light Checker Flag Auto Supply Monday Night Scrambler Series coming at you. Here from Chicagoland Speedway, the Souza Media 100 on tap here tonight, representing over 25 years in the business. If you're looking to expand your digital footprint, look no further than Souza Media. We'll get to some of the links a little bit later on, but before we jump trackside, drivers already laying down those quick times. James Skelton walking away with the Premier Racing Setup.com pole award, so he will lead us to the green flag. But before we head trackside, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside, and we're gonna get right down to it as drivers get set and ready, awaiting word from the boss man in the flag stand. There you can see your pole sitter sitting on the front stretch, just a handful of drivers waiting to make their way through pre-race inspection, and we'll roll off here tonight. 100 laps in store and on tap here for the Souza Media 100, marking the halfway point here in season number 19 as well. Something else that these drivers are going to have weighing on their mind: it's a short 5-week sprint to the championship chase. If you are not already in position, we've got some tough tracks coming up. You're gonna have to stay on your toes, stay at the top of the leaderboard, see if you can have a shot at the season championship here in season number 19. Drivers ready to roll. As you hear the music in the background, you know what time it is. Let's run down tonight's Premier Racing Setup.com starting lineup. Inside row number 1, snatching yet another pole award, the 86 of James Skelton. Chris Hammett just to his outside with Bill Benedict and Anthony Yankelo. Tim Combs, Ethan Troutman back in row number 3. Row number 4 tonight from Chicagoland Speedway, last week's race winner from Phoenix, the 42, the man in black, Max Terrill. Sean Single just to his outside with Luke Allen and Tony Strano rounding out the top 10. Cole Day just on the outside of your top 15. You can see Devin Vignal at 7. Just inside of your top 20. Ryan Aldani inside of your top 25. Cully gonna round out the 27 car field. Onto pit road the pace car goes, and away we go. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight in Chicago. Pole sitter Skelton unable to lead the first lap. Chris Hammett will take the first lap led here tonight in the Souza Media 100 live from Chicagoland Speedway off of turn number 2. Once again, he was quick in happy hour, quick in qualifying, just barely lost out on that pole position front of the field, showing the way. He'll cross the line once again as your race leader, Chris Hammond. To the front of the field, Skelton going to fall back one. Troutman up 2 positions from 6th to 4th. Combs slipping backwards. Let's take a little look at this Budweiser number 17 machine. A little bit of a rough go here at the start of tonight's race. Combs down 3 positions from where he qualified. Strano also heading in the wrong direction. Strano down to 14th. With 4 on the board, we'll drop the timing and scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you find and follow along with your favorite drivers in the field here tonight. It's a massive field. Over 25 cars in the field here tonight. 27 to the starting grid. 26 took to the green flag. Josh Cully unable to get that 33 started and out for today's race, so he will walk away with final place points. James Skelton gonna battle back for the race lead now, front of the field. Hard charging battle between your top 2. Skelton gonna scoot loose for a moment. Yankelo right there, sitting in 3rd, up 1 position from where he qualified. Great run so far here tonight for the 79 Skyline machine. Great qualifying effort as well, looking to improve on his point standing situation coming into tonight's race. Sitting outside of your top 15 of the overall point standings, Yankelo looking for a little bit more here tonight from Chicago. Troutman, big move to the inside, gonna dive it down into turn number 3, close in right on that rear bumper of the 79, that Ream.com number 62 fast forward Mustang of Ethan Troutman. Looking to make some headway. Bill Benedict right behind him. That Legos technique. Ford and man, Fords are dominating the top 10 right now. 7 out of 10 machines inside of your top 10 are unbelievably Fords. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't hate me for it. It is what it is. Just saying. Hard fought battle here at the front of the field. We got some action around that mid-pack. Let's go right here. A little bit of a hornet's nest just outside of your top 10. Riding now, taking a little look here with Ken Allen, Zach Mitchell, looking for his 3rd win of the season. Needs to work his way inside of the top 10 for sitting right now in that 16th position. Josh Buckley right behind him. Tony Strano, Devin Vishnall right there, as well as Ben Colts, Rob Higgins, and Chad Alcaraz. And we got trouble on the track, trouble on the track. Looks like driver involved right here. Cole Day seems to be the culprit. The number 99 Rockstar machine may have did a little bit of stage diving a little bit too soon. I don't know. We're going to get that queued up for you. There it is. Let's go check the replay. Looks like just maybe a little bit squirrely coming out of the corner. Excuse us. Let's see if we can get one more look at it here. Again, a little bit loose coming out of the corner. Possible contact with the outside wall. Cole Day trying to pick it up. Correct the car one more time. Slow down. Look, coming back across the track. Gonna catch the 15 of Alcaraz and into the outside wall. He goes. Newcomer Andrew Massey in the iRacing sponsored number 83 Ford Mustang. He's going to pick up a piece of it as well. Well, that's going to put us under caution for the first time here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. Early caution to bring us to a bit of a crawl. Almost the entire field coming down pit road. Only Yankelo and Feeney gonna stay out on the racetrack. I think it's a bit early for tires. It may be fine from a fuel strategy standpoint. I don't believe the 10 lap fresher tires is really gonna get you much. I don't really think it's gonna do much. With this being essentially a green track when we went racing here tonight, so I don't think there's been enough rubber laid down to make the 10 laps that big of a problem. And it looks like we've got a little bit of sponsored problem for tonight's caution flag. Souza Media sponsoring the caution flag here tonight. Back on board once again this season, Souza Media provides websites, Facebook pages, and marketing proposals helping boost your overall audience and appeal. You can find them on Facebook.com, or you can check them out by emailing KyleSouza39media@gmail.com. We'll spit that out for you once again a little bit later on here tonight. I'm sure this is not the first Souza Media caution that we're going to see tonight. This track, although it is big, it is wide, it is almost wide open, you can find yourself driving all over each other rather easily. Ready to put the green back in the air, burn them down on the gas, and green flag flies once again here from Chicagoland Speedway. On front for the first time here tonight, the Skyline number 79 machine. Yankelo going to lead them down into turn number 1. Feeney also staying out, still keeping hold of that second position. Hard fought battle there for fourth. You can see Hammett and Allen going at it. The Goldfish sponsored Ford Mustang of Allen looking to the inside. Not going to have the wrong Hammett will prevail. How about Michael Trevarthen trying to make some headway here? Trevarthen, one of those drivers struggling a little bit when it comes to the point standings so far this year. Will that Miller Genuine Draft Ford Mustang have enough to get to the front of the field, celebrate in victory lane? We'll find out a little bit later with the Shiny Things post-race show. But first, we've got a long way to go here tonight. 100 laps around this mile-and-a-half track. Drivers going to be pushing the envelope, pushing the grip, looking for the race lead once again. Is James Skelton. And man, Skelton just one of the drivers that looks like we're going to have to watch out for him week in and week out. Looks to be one of those front runners, one of those big names that we're going to have to really keep our eye on. This man right here down to the inside behind the wheel of that number 8 machine, Zach Mitchell. Coming into tonight's race, 9 points out in front in the overall points standings. 2 race wins in his back pocket. Comfortably into the championship chase. Interesting to see him mired back here in traffic around this 15th position. A lot of good drivers right here. Bill Benedict, Souza, Troutman, Terriot, Combs, Mitchell, Henson, Allen, all right here around that 10th through about 17th position. As we finish another lap after the caution, after the restart, and James Skelton going to put it back at the point. New race leader once again at the front of the field, the 86 machine of James Skelton. Going to take the top spot, looking for some 3 wide action through 1 and 2. Going to run out of room on the high side. Buckley going to shave off a little bit of that right side. So after Buckley makes contact with the outside wall, looking for somewhere to go, Troutman going to head to the bottom of the racetrack. The number 62 looking to pick up a position. Ream on the sponsor doesn't look like he's going to ream his way through anything here tonight. A little bit of space before he can get to the back end of Buckley. We're going to move on a little bit. Let's jump around the track, try to bring you some more of the action. Not always about the front. What's going on in the back? Let's take a little look here at TJ Henson. Ben Colty's right there, fresh on the chair, trailing the number 23 machine. The Michigan Tech sponsored 23. Hasn't really made too many moves up one position from where he qualified, so he is heading the right direction, just there a little slowly. Some big movers through the field, and unfortunately with big movers, we've got big, well, we don't like to call them big losers, but we've got big sliders in the field here tonight. Behind the wheel of that number 3 machine, there you can see the Victory Junction gang sponsored number 3 of Tony Strano. Down 11 positions from where he qualified, in 10th now, running back in 21st has Ryan Aldani all over him in the Racing Dorks, sponsored number 98. Visnall right there as well in that Venom Fight Wear number 7 machine. Not much really going on at the front. 2-car breakaway for the moment. Let's head back there. Let's take a look here as Skelton leads him in off of 4 back across the line. Lap number 23 going to go on the board. These 2 drivers enjoying a 1-second gap back to Yankelo, who has tremendous company coming behind him. Trevarthen ripping the lip at the top. Slide him another round, man. 2-3 wide action here in the Souza Media 100 live from Chicagoland Speedway. You're watching the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Red Light Racing Scrambler Series. Man, a lot of different lanes early here tonight. Just about a quarter of the way through tonight's racing, we're seeing the drivers from the top of the speedway all the way down to the bottom, all over this racetrack. 2-3 wide racing at times. And now being that we went back green flag racing right around lap number 12. Now that pit stop under caution may play into the benefit of the drivers that came down pit road. If we keep in mind only the 38 of Brandon Feeney, only the 79 of Anthony Yankelo still running inside of the top 10, 79 sitting in that 7th position. Only 2 drivers not to pit. So with this long-running green flag run here, they very well may set themselves up for one of the tightest green flag pit stops that we're going to see here tonight. Rob Higgins all over the tail end of Colties right now, 17th, 18th on the racetrack. Can we get back to that one? Can we go back there? Let's take a little look here. Remember, guys, race fans, it's not about everybody at the front. It's about everybody on the track. Hot action back here. Aldani trying to take a position. 3 drivers battling for spots inside of your top 20. We're going to jump up to yet another battle inside of the top 10. There you can see that 17 Budweiser machine holding down the final position inside of the top 10, keeping Luke Allen at bay for the moment. 2 positions right in front of him with Bill Benedict and Michael Trevarthen running 8th and 9th on the speedway. Things tightening up just a little bit at the front. Let's head up here right around that 3rd and final podium position in the hands of Trent Potter for the moment, up 8 positions from where he qualified. Has Sean Single out on the trail. Let's see, can we get a little look back? Can we get a little look back, guys? No, off of the rear. The rear, guys, there it is. Little look back off of the rear of Trent Potter. Close racing action here. You can see him modulating. You can listen to him working that throttle off a corner exit. And I'm not sure if it's your car, but yes, Michael Trevarthen is behind the wheel of that black and gold Miller Genuine Draft machine here tonight. The number 2, supporting that Miller Genuine Draft scheme. Talk about beautiful tight racing action here tonight, man. I tell you what. Everybody chasing after your top 2. James Skelton, Chris Hammond scooting away from the field, but a hot and heavy battle here. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th on the racetrack. Single able to take the position. Potter trying to fight back, looking now to the outside. Man, what a race so far here. We're creeping in on the halfway point here tonight. Drivers are going to have to make a green flag pit stop. Yankelo and Feeney now running 17th, 18th on the speedway. They're going to have to hit pit road well before the rest of the field. Those 2 drivers not stopping under our first and only caution here tonight. Should be an RG bumper on the rear logo. Yeah, we can talk. I promise. See, we can talk. We just can't read. We'll see if we can get an up-close shot at some point in time here for you of that rear bumper. We'll see if we've got one of them on there for you. One of them RG logos on the rear bumper. Doyle, appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for stopping by here tonight, checking out the Souza Media 100, brought to you by the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Red Light Racing Scrambler Series. So the battle for 3rd kind of going away a little bit. Sean Single able to take the position away. Should they touch? Last week's race winner Max Terriall get a touch with the 18. How they saved it, I don't know. Big stack up has Troutman able to pick up the 4th position. Combs going to look to the high side. Terriall now down to the bottom. Souza going to make his way into the mix. Big moment there on lap number 34. Last time around off of turn number 4. 42 The 18 coming together. Looks like the 42 may be struggling a little bit with the rear of the car right now. Way up the racetrack out of turn number 2. Combs looks at the crossover for the moment. Not going to take it. Theriault going to head back to the bottom. Meanwhile, Ryan Aldani making his way around Michael Trevarthen. Let's take a little look here. Aldani down there in that race in Dorks. Number 98, Machine Trevarthen running on the high side. Woo! Kid Allen, big moment there for the Goldfish, number 81. Went on Allen, and it looks like the black and gold Goldfish machine gonna reign supreme here tonight. Is that the extra baked or extra cheddar? We're gonna have to ask the Allen crew to get that information for us. Beanie and Yankelo coming to pit road back on lap number 32. Both drivers listed off of the lead lap down in 23rd. In 24th, both drivers listed one lap down. And that's a little look back at the front. A little bit of a gap beginning to develop between Skelton and Hammond. 2 seconds back to Single, another 2 seconds back to Theriault. That's where one of your closest battles is underway, taking place here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. Let's take a look here. Troutman on the top of the speedway, Combs down there on the bottom. You can see Zach Mitchell. We talked about Mitchell being outside of your top 15. Talked about him needing to make his way through this field. Here we are, lo and behold, 10 laps away from the halfway point, and Mitchell knocking on the door of a top 10. Well, I should scratch that. Knocking on the door of a top 5, already inside the top 10, sitting in 7th, and we've got green flag pit stops underway. Souza, Trevarthen, both of the Allens gonna head to pit road this time by. With the green flag pit cycle heavily underway, Bill Benedict gonna lead a lap or two, then head down the pit lane. TJ Henson gonna become our latest leader here as the pit cycle roulette continues. There you can see that too, bottom of the racetrack. Trevarthen gonna get himself back on to the lead lap. Everything looks like it should cycle through with the 86 reclaiming the race lead. We'll see what happens here. 97 gonna stay out on the racetrack a little bit longer. A lot of beautiful shots from around the speedway here tonight. I want to give a big shout out to all of the camera workers here at Chicagoland Speedway, bringing you the Souza Media 100 as race leader. TJ Henson gonna head to pit road. That's gonna hand the race lead back over to this gentleman right here at the Flowertown Animal Hospital, sponsored number 86 of James Skelton will reclaim the race lead. Chris Hammond right behind him. How about Sean Single able to make up a ton of time on pit road? Single gonna make this a 3-car battle for the top spot. 3 seconds back to Troutman, battling with Feeney and Yankelo sitting in 6th. Zach Mitchell now 7th. Aldani up 16 positions into the 8th spot. Battle going on between Mitchell and Yankelo for the 6th position. Battle for the top spot. Hammond and Skelton gonna go at it down the backstretch into turn 3. Once again, the 86 gonna run the high side of the one-time Burger Bars sponsored Mustang, bottom of the racetrack. Hammond not gonna get there at the line. Man, that's close. That is absolutely oof. So as we are right around the way from the halfway point, we're to kick things off about 3 laps early here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. Thank you for watching the Souza Media 100. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation before you go here tonight, or as you stick around. Make sure you give them a thumbs up. Lets them know that you enjoy all the racing content, not just here tonight, but each and every Monday night, brought to you by Checkered Flag Auto Supply, Red Light Racing. Monday night Scrambler series. We're going to kick things off with a little driver highlight and spotlight up at the front of the field, showing the way. Qualified in the top spot with that Premier Racing Setup.com pole award behind the wheel of that Flowertown Animal Hospital sponsored 86. James Skelton continues to lead the field behind him in the one-time Burger Bar number 6. He's led some laps here tonight, looking to lead a little more. Can Chris Hammond claim his first race win here in season number 19? Will it come here tonight in race number 5, or will it have to wait? Sean Single, the driver, the Bears, Massachusetts, the BK Paints, Cartoon Network Machine. Sean Single, final driver in the podium position, sitting in 3rd, up 5 spots from where he qualified. So a great run here tonight for Single. Going to lead us back to Ethan Troutman, the Tennessee native. Get it done a little bit out west of the Rain Machine. Almost ringing that outside wall. Sitting in 4th, that's going to lead us back to 2-time race winner, your season points leader behind the wheel of that GoBowling.com Rich DPC machine, the number 8 of Zach Mitchell. That's going to be it for your top 5. Your highlight, though, right behind him, the Canton, Michigan native. Wonder how close he is to the NFL Hall of Fame. We'll have to ask him if we get a chance to talk to him. The Turbo Door Radical Paints, sponsored number 98 of Ryan Aldani, up 18 positions. He is the biggest mover of the race. What a run so far here tonight for Aldani, as we have crossed that halfway point. Mid-race report, rest of it, short little rundown. Little something like this. 27 drivers took to the field here tonight. We are down to only 23 drivers on the track, 22 left on the lead lap. Joshua Buckley listed 3 laps down. He's going to need some big-time help from a caution to try to get himself back into a position where he'll be able to do something for the race lead once again. Let's go up here. Let's head back to the front as they close in on some back markers. Skelton, Hammett, and Single off of turn 1. Turn 2 into 3. We'll figure out what corner we're at eventually. I mean, we've only got 4. If we keep naming them, eventually they're going to be in one of the right corners, right? I mean, right? No? Maybe. I don't know. 3-car battle for the top spots. We've got about a 4-car battle going on right here. Let's take a little look. Zach Mitchell, Ryan O'Donnell, Jeffrey Souza, Max Terriel, Trenton Potter, all right here running with each other. That's from about 5th all the way back through 9th. Very close quarters. Tight racing action. This could be where trouble may brew. This may be, and I don't mean that in any sort of way. It's just one of our biggest battles. One of our closest, biggest battles on the. Last week's race went way up the racetrack off of turn number 4, Terriel. Right across the rear bumper. Souza. Man. And the man said give him some media time. There you can see running that. Here's a media wrap on his Ford Mustang here tonight. Jeffrey Souza looking to represent Souza Media well here. Title sponsor of tonight's race. We got trouble. We got problems on the track. Problems on the track. Oh no. Looks like we've got one driver slow recovering here. Is that Goldfish number 60 of Luke Allen? So let's slow her down. Let's see if we can get it dialed in, dialed up. Let's go check the checkered flag replay. In a little close quarters off of 4, contact between Feeney and Allen. Gonna send Luke down through the travel on a little bit of a landscaping run. No harm, no foul. Looks like it was able to keep it out of the walls and keep the fender straight, so we'll call it no harm, no foul. But there you have it, second caution of the night coming out here at lap number 60. Gonna have 40 to go when pit road opens up. Drivers will need to make another stop from here on out, no matter what they do. So we're gonna step away for just a brief commercial break, pay a few of those sponsor bills. You know how that goes, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with all your green flag action live here from Chicagoland. And we're gonna bring you right back as we go green flag once again here from Chicagoland Speedway. Little bit of a monkey wrench at the front of this field. TJ Henson gonna stay out on the racetrack. Henson does not come to pit road. He does not get fresh tires or fuel. He's still going to have to make one more stop. Rest of the field going to have to make one more stop as well. So looks like he's going to roll the dice with a massive short pit front of the field right now. Everybody all over that rear bumper of the 97. Bottom of the racetrack. Skelton at the top looking for a way around. Here comes Mitchell, 3 wide for a second. 3 wide for second. Mitchell at the top. Single looking to poke his way through the middle. The 11 going to make some headway. Big moment here. Ooh, Chris Hammond. Oh my gosh. A lot of action. A lot of things going on here on lap number 65. Fresh off of a restart. Ooh, close quarters there for Potter. 18 meet in the middle right now. There you can see Trevarthen top of the racetrack trying to keep that Miller Genuine Draft number 2 clean. Now we've got 4 wide through the trial. Name the last time you've seen 4 wide. 3 wide through 1 and 2. Ooh, heading backwards in a hurry. The 97 dropping like a rock. As can be somewhat expected with much less fresher tires than the drivers around them. Close to 20 lap older tires for that 97. It was all but inevitable that he was going to fall through the field, but Henson took the chance, took the opportunity, rolled the dice. It hasn't panned out for him just yet. But we'll see if this thing stays green to the end. We'll see what kind of result pans out for him. Aldani in a bit of a precarious situation. Found himself 3 wide for a moment. Now back to the outside of the 18. Looking for more. On the high side, Aldani up 16 positions. Sitting in that 8th spot while Skelton continues to lead tonight's race. Single looking for the position bottom of the racetrack. Can he get it? Not gonna get there just yet. Man, just when things seemed like they may be calming down just a little bit, these drivers say no. You can't catch a break, you're not going to get one. Here we go, we're going to get you some great racing action down to turns 3 and 4. There you can see your front 3 all over each other, jockeying, battling for position. Drivers all jockeying for positions around this wide open racetrack here just outside of Chicago. Ooh, there it is. There's the trouble. Troutman trouble. We've seen him struggling through the corner. Eventually the trouble caught up and around goes the ream number 62 machine. Let's go back. Let's see if we can show it to you. Let's see how it all went down once again with our turn 3 drone cam. There you can see After the contact, fishtailing, trying to save the 60, nowhere to go. Gonna pile into the back end. For the rest of the field, no harm, no foul. Everybody else gonna make their way around. Let's take one more look at it. There it is. Significant contact for that 60. That's gonna put us under caution for the third time here tonight. In the Souza Media 100 from Chicagoland Speedway, third caution of the night. That's going to open up pit road. And that's what we were about to talk about. Is I believe this is going to close that door. I believe it's going to close that door on the fuel strategy. I think it's all going to be said and done with this. A little bit of a move here. This caution flag definitely going to take that out of the picture. Now it's gonna be all about tire management. Souza with an amazing pit stop. He's gonna get off of pit road first for the first time here tonight. Behind the wheel of that number 4 Souza Media machine, Jeffrey Souza gonna lead us back to the green flag. And we're gonna have right at 25 to go when we drop the hammer to go green flag racing once again. So all important points on the line coming down to the end of race number 5. This will close out the first half of the season coming into tonight's race. We talked about it a little bit coming into, and that is not the points, I believe. There's the points coming into tonight's race. You can see tight little battles right there. James Skelton running well here tonight. Came into tonight's race 21 points back. Hinton and Cole Day right there, 26, 27 points back. Luke Allen and Troutman knotted up for that 9th and 10th position. How about Brandon Feeney and Tim Combs, both needing good runs here tonight? Combs inside of your top 10. Feeney struggling just inside of your top 15. So these are drivers that we were talking about when we begun to talk about that 5-race rundown to the championship chase. We've only got, excuse us, we've only got 3 drivers locked in. Skelton, Mitchell, Terrill, only guaranteed drivers in the chase. The door's wide open. Will we see a first-time winner or repeat occasion? We'll see what happens on the gas. Away we go. Loud pedal pressed, and Souza takes us back under green flag conditions right here in the Souza Media 100 from Chicagoland Speedway. $25 laps to go this time by. Last week's race winner from Phoenix, hot on the trail. Max, the man in black, bottom of the racetrack, looking to get that 42 back to victory lane. Got James Skelton to deal with right behind him. How about Chris Hammett, man? We can't count Hammett out. He's whew, man, that got close. Hammett has been one of those drivers that he's been right there pretty much all season long. right there running inside of your top 5. It just hasn't seemed to be able to piece it all together, to put a complete race together. Hard impact with the outside wall. The 11 of Sean Single get a pancake. That outside wall off of turn 4 doesn't look like it damaged the race car too much here. As Terriot losing a little bit of that momentum, a little bit of the fight beginning to fade from that dog. The 42 dropping back now to fight for that 5th and 6th position. Sean Single, after pancaking the right side of the car, doesn't seem to have affected it too much here. Trying to find and work a way around. 3rd place runner Jeffrey Souza holding down that final podium position as drivers make their way halfway down the backstretch. Side by side drag race into 3. Skelton at the top, Hammond down at the bottom. I thought he was going to try the slide job, and there was no way he was going to clear. This time to go, we'll see just 20 laps to go when we cross the line. Here in Chicago Land Speedway, we'll drop the timing and scoring back over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you find and follow along with your favorite driver to the end of tonight's race. And it's gonna be a close one. I got a feeling we may not have seen the final caution flag fly here tonight. Tim Combs going to pick up the 9th position. Ryan Aldani going to fall back to 10th. Now make that 11th as Ken Allen going to move his way inside of the top 10. Tight little battle around that top 10 position. Trevarthen and Souza going at it. They're going to trade that 4th position around. Skelton, Hammond Single still 1, 2, 3 on the racetrack, trying to step away from Trevarthen and Souza, running 4th and 5th on the racetrack, both up 10 positions from where they qualified. So a great run for both of those drivers who started outside of the top 10, now sitting 4th and 5th on the racetrack. Ryan Aldani, still the biggest mover of the race, still up 13 positions here tonight. The 98 sitting just outside of your top 10. The 17 to go. When do you make the move to go? Can you wait to the end, or will it be too late at the end? Have we seen drivers wear out the tires? Max Terriot made a tear through the field when we went back green flag. He has since dropped 3 positions from the restart all the way back now to 7th. Make it 8th as the 18th of Trent Potter gonna take the position away. Move Terriot back into the 8th position now. And it's a sea of Fords. We've got, oh my goodness, we've got one Toyota Camry out front. There you can see the Flowertown Animal Hospital sponsored Toyota Camry of James Skelton, your premier racing setup.com Pole Award winner. Out front, we've got 8 Fords straight back until you get to Tim Combs behind the wheel of his Budweiser sponsored 17 Chevy Camaro sitting in the 10th position. So it is a sea of blue ovals out there tonight. My goodness. we gotta ask what gives, man. Well, what's with all these guys in these Fords? I guess that's one way you can get a Ford to victory lane if nobody drives anything else. I know I'm probably going to get a little bit of hate over that comment, but hey, let's be honest. The very first car ever was, and I'm going to be showing my age a little, the very first car was a 1989 Ford GT 5.0. 5-speed, of course, none of that automatic nonsense. So I know a little something about my Ford. Second car was as well a Ford Mustang, the 25-year anniversary edition to be exact. That was 1991 for all of you that don't know, the final year of the box body. Before they went to that weird elongated style that somewhat has evolved into what's out there now. You know what? We're just going to stop rambling. We're going to get back to the task at hand, the action on the track. James Skelton, a little bit more comfortable with a 0.2 of a second advantage over Chris Hammond, who's got 0.2 of a second over Sean Single. Michael Trevarthen has been able to reel him in, but it's going to all change at this point in time. Oh boy. The Racing Dork. The Turbo Dork Racing Paints, number 98 machine. Ryan Aldani trouble smoking after an amazing run early here tonight. His day gonna come to a close. Let's take a look at the checkered flag auto supply replay. There you can see a little bit of contact. I believe that may have been between. Let's see if we can catch that one more time. It looks like he was avoiding a little bit of contact with the 40. Going to come across the nose of the 7 and along for a ride from that moment on. Big impact with that outside wall. Ryan Aldani's day is going to come to an end. We've got drivers making decisions. And man, 11 laps to go. 10 now that we've crossed the line. It's a mixed bag. Top 9 are going to stay out on the racetrack. That's going to give us, what is it, about 13 drivers? Yeah, 13 drivers coming down pit road. Fuel and tires. We're gonna have ourselves about an 8 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. You're gonna have yourself about 18 lap pressure tires. 18 lap pressure tires for 8 laps coming from 10th on back. It's going to be a big ask. It's going to be a tall task. We'll see if anybody's quick enough. Terriel Trevarthen, Combs, Souza, Strano, Feeney, Higgins, Yankelo, all perceivably in that area that could possibly work out. I think you got to be inside of your top 15 in order to make the strategy work. I don't know. I mean, we've got very fast machines out front. We've got veteran drivers that have been through this situation right here, that have had to block to keep themselves in a winning situation. Have we seen the final caution flag fly? We got fresh tires coming from the back. We've got older tires at the front. We've got hungry drivers at the front. We've got previous race winners. It's all about to come to a head. Here we go. Green flag flies. Once again here from Chicago Land Speedway. Skelton going to scoot away. Hammond close second. Single Potter. Mitchell Allen Troutman. All over each other. They can see a little bit of that kerfuffle already underway. There you can see Javarthan going to go 2-3 wide contact with the 42 and the 4 of Souza. 2-3 wide once again. Souza bottom of the racetrack. 42 going to take the middle. Here comes Souza working his way inside of the top 10. Keeping our eyes on the fresh tires, and we got more problems. Tony Strano gonna have some issues. Strano gonna be around on the front stretch. Take a little look here. One hop into Strano. Gonna have it a little bit late one more time. Can we back it up? There you can see 79 gonna come up the racetrack just a little bit. Scoot into the 3, and that's all she wrote. Caution flag will fly once again here from Chicago Land Speedway. Gonna put us under caution for the 5th time here tonight, but more importantly, this is gonna work us into green, white, checkered territory. And now staying out looks like it may have been the race winning strategy. Javarthan as well as Souza, Terriot, and Feeney only able to pick up 2 positions. I don't think they're going to have enough time to get there. I think they've got the grip. I think they can lean on the tires a little bit more than those drivers at the front. Look, if this was a 5-lap shootout, I would give Souza, Terriot, Javarthan, I would give them a much better opportunity, a much better chance, percentage. But would assuming this coming down to a green-white checkered attempt, I just don't see them having enough time. I think they're going to have more than enough pace. I don't think they're going to have enough time to make the passes timely or in a timely manner. What was a clean race for the majority of tonight's Souza Media 100 live from Chicagoland Speedway. A little bit of a melee at the end of tonight's race. Gonna see a handful of drivers with extended stays on pit road. We started tonight's race with 27 drivers. We are now down to just 20 out there on the track. And it's all going to come down to this. We're going to see 3 laps to go through, so this is not... let's make it a point to be sure we let everybody know. This is not an attempt at a green-white checker. This is going to be a 3-lap shootout, a 3-lap sprint. See who can bring it home in the end. And I don't know. He's had some fans out there in TV land. I like the aggression. I like the attitude. I like the way he's moved forward here tonight. Will that number 18 be able to work his way into victory lane for the first time, or will it be the driver starting outside pole position, right where he started tonight's race? Grab the race lead then. Can he do it again? Pace car in. On the gas and away we go. Green flag flies as Skelton slides and spins the rear tires. Still going to get out to a good jump here. Side by side battle for Potter and Hammett over the second position. That is just what Skelton wants to see. 3 wide behind them. Back into turn 3 once again. James Skelton gonna lead the field off of 4 popsicle sticks on display. 2 to go. Potter at the bottom. Hammett stuck in the middle. Mitchell looking for the run on the inside. How about the run by Trent Potter? He's going to pick up the second. Now the battle on for that third and final podium position. Back down into 3. We roll. Skelton scooting away. Half a second advantage. Here comes Souza on the bottom. Max Terriel making some headway with those fresh tires. White flag flies. It's the Feeney call. 1 to go. White flag lap here from Chicagoland Speedway. Skelton out front. Souza closing in. 0.2 of a second off of turn number 2. 2-car length advantage for race leader James Skelton. Here comes Souza. Skelton to the bottom. Souza gonna head to the top. Terriel gonna dig on the bottom of the racetrack as well. Gonna scrape off of the outside wall. Not gonna get there in time. James Skelton gonna hold off the hard charging fresh tires of the 4 of Souza, who will come up just shy here tonight. Max Terriel also gonna come up a little short, but man, oh man, what a run, what a race, what an end to tonight's Souza Media 100. We almost seen the race sponsor number 4 get the victory lane. Man, that would have been a sweet deal. Coming to the front stretch, he's going to burn it down for all the fans in the stand. Sold out, packed house once again to hear from Chicagoland. And just like that, we're going to get switching gears and get ready to go for your post-race show. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with your Shiny Things post-race show. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. and back trackside with the Shiny Things podcast post race show ready to get underway. And we're going to dive right into things. We're going to jump right into it. We're going to see if we can dial up and have a few words that with the man that walks away with race win number 2 here in the first half of the season. We're going to see if we can dial up that 86 machine of James Hilton. It's David the Booth. You got a copy? And we're going to see if we can get a word or two with James. It's Dave. You got a copy?
Yeah, copy. Sorry about that, Dave.
There you go. We got you now, man. How you feeling after walking away with win number 2, but more importantly, going to close out the first half of the season with the win? I believe you opened up the season with the win, and you're going to close out the first half with the win. A little bit of a theme going here.
Yeah, we got to get we really had to find a way to get the momentum going. My past 2 races, I had a 14th and a 16th, and then even the second race, I had a 4th, but I don't even think I was a 4th place car. I just salvaged that. So it was good to, finally lead some laps again. And, I even think I was fortunate tonight. I definitely think I might even think the 11 had the best car, and then the 6 was right there. And I was just, honestly, I was playing defense the whole time.
Well, playing defense, you may be a defensive coach then, because, man, you looked like you were on rails. You looked like you had the race pretty much where you wanted it all night. You had a little bit of company all night, as you mentioned, that 6 of Chris Hammond. Pretty much a big battle between you two all night, but I want to look forward to the second half of the season. We got some unknowns coming up. Heading to Motegi next week. Then we're going to be road course racing at Mid-Ohio. Going to run a little bit of a gauntlet of some short tracks and then to a wide open super speedway. How you feeling about the next 5 weeks?
Yeah, Dave, we're definitely gonna have to put some time in. Like I said, when my 14th and my 16th, I just kind of showed up, and it definitely showed with my results. Motegi, I know absolutely nothing about, and then Mid Ohio, it's been a while, so definitely on the road courses, you got to put the time in just to feel comfortable with whatever vehicle we're in. So yeah, it's really cool that the drivers got to pick the track car combos, and it's going to be interesting the next few weeks here.
Well, James, it's been one heck of a night to catch up with you with race win number 2 now under your belt. Before we let you go and celebrate the rest of the night away, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, sure, man. I'm gonna give a shout out to you, Dave. Thanks for coming on board this season. I want to thank all of our sponsors. Can't really do without him. Josh, he's just relentless in his passion for this league. It's really really awesome. Got to give a shout out to my teammate Richard. He's on night shift right now, so he's gonna miss the foreseeable future races. So just really really sucks not having my teammate. I did work with Trent tonight, and he was able to get a 4th place finish, so good for him. And got to give a shout out to some of those 4X guys. They're definitely my rivals, but man, they we raced really really clean, and they had some really really good cars, and I think they got caught up on some stuff at the end. So all the fans that were watching, and all the guys for coming out. It's a great league, and definitely glad to be part of it. And I'll see everybody next week. My wife's work had Flowertown Animal Hospital on the Camry tonight, so I love supporting my wife's work, and I'll see everybody next week.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on a great run to the first half of the season. We'll see if you can't keep it alive and keep it heading in the right direction. Until then, my friend, stay safe and keep it fast.
10-4, man. See you, Dave.
All right, there you go. Final few words for the man that walks away with the checkered flag here tonight. Walking away with the top spot. Checkered flag in hand behind the wheel of that number 86 machine. James Hilton going to take away the top spot. We're going to move on now. See if we can't grab a few words with the man behind the media machine. Going to bring that 4 home to his second place showing. Jeffrey, it's David the Booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you, Dave. How we doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, man. You gotta be feeling pretty good about this second place showing. If you had another lap, I think you might have had the chance to get that checkered flag up and running with the Souza Media paint scheme here tonight. Race sponsor, man, gotta feel good representing well here, huh?
Yeah, it's nice to finish second. Never can complain about a solid top 2, top 3 finish. I'm getting a little bit sick of these second place finishes. I think that's 2 of them in a row. So hopefully next week we can try to better that by 1.
Well, we had a little bit of a presidential day stuff to deal with the kids, so unfortunately we were unable to make it to the track last week at Phoenix to catch your second place. So you did us a favor and you got us right back into the podium positions to have ourselves our little talk. So, man, congratulations with that. Want to take a little foresight though on the rest of the season. First chapter closed, second chapter opening up next week at Motegi. How you feeling about the 5-week run to the championship?
Yeah, I think next week Motegi's a very interesting track. I think some of these guys might not have run laps there before and anything. We're gonna run the Gen 4 there next week, which I think is gonna just be crazy with the amount of horsepower that thing has. I've run laps there with the Gen 6. I've run laps there with the next gen Gen 4 car. Not really, but I think we should be able to be good there next week. I think the cars are going to be slippery. It's going to be who can manage the tires and who can drive that thing the hardest without spinning it out. But the rest of the races going into the playoffs, I think, are going to be, for me at least, they're not going to be great. I'm not that great at road course racer. Mid Ohio I'm terrible there in general, so I don't expect anything from there. I'd be happy to just finish that race. Martinsville with the Xfinity car, I haven't been great there. The last couple times we've gone there, as much as I like running those short tracks. Then we go to Loudon. I think Loudon, we should be able to put on a decent showing, and then obviously Talladega is anybody's game. It's going to be push, shove, and try to make it to the checkered flag towards the end there. So I think getting a couple solid finishes here the last couple weeks, other than really Pocono, we've been a top 5 car every race. So that was kind of my own fault running myself out of gas. So I think we built out a decent points gap at this point, and I think in the next 5 races we just got to continue to be consistent and make it to the end of these races, and I think we should be able to get our way in on points if we don't pick up a win before then.
Absolutely. That was something I was going to mention is at least you got a little bit of a points gap to kind of hang your hat on over these next 2 to 3 weeks with some unknown racing coming up and some tough little deals coming down the pike. You came into tonight's race 15 points out of the overall points lead. You will close in just a little bit on those top 2 drivers, so gonna give yourself a little bit more of a buffer zone. So you can't be too upset about the way the first half has unfolded. We look forward to seeing if the second half holds true for you. Before we let you go here from the track tonight, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back home?
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody that helps put this on, you for the broadcast. Josh, Richard, who I don't think was here with us tonight. James, obviously, good job to him holding me off there at the end. I got in those bumps in 3 and 4, and it just upset the car too much. But Souza Media, obviously, for sponsoring tonight and helping us every week as it is. Sten Analyzer for everything they do as well with Triad Racing, and Brandon Pierce up on the box, and teammate Bill back there had a good run going, had some issues with his PC, and got disconnected, but he was probably going to be up here with me in the top 5 or top 10. So tough break for him, but I think he's going to do well in the next couple of races too. So thanks to everybody who puts this on, and hopefully we're back up here talking to you next week.
Well, we'll look forward to it. I know there's one thing. I'm going to be asleep on the plane ride over there to Japan. I won't be asleep for the race, although I have no idea what to expect. So I think I'm in the same boat as most of the drivers. So we're all going to find out about this track together. But that's besides the point, man. A hell of a run for you here tonight. Hell of a first half of the year. And we're going to see if you can keep it going the rest of the time. So until then, my friend, stay safe. And of course, keep it fast.
Sounds good. Take care.
All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man that walks away second here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway in the Souza Media 100. Jeffrey Souza gonna park that 4 machine in second. Max Terriot unable to get to the post-race shows. Got some prior obligations, so last week's race winner at Phoenix walks away with a podium position here tonight from Chicagoland, so a good run to end out the first half of the season here for Max Terriot as well. And well, that's pretty much gonna do it for us. We're gonna be able to cut off the lights and roll up the cords, get ready to pack and roll to Japan. Twin Ring Motegi coming at you next week, but you know the sounds, you know it's time for us to run down your unofficial race results in the Souza Media 100, walking away with the checkered flag in hand. Race win number 2. James Skelton gonna take the top spot. Jeffrey Souza right behind him with Max Terriot finishing out your podium here from Chicago. Trent Potter and Zach Mitchell going to finish out your top 5 with Trevarthen, Feeney, Combs, Massey, and Troutman. In the top 10, Anthony Yankelo back there in 11th, Ken Allen 12th, Chris Hammond going to fall through the field late, going to finish 13th. Ben Colt is in 14th. Rob Higgins going to move his way into the top 15. Sean Single going to struggle at the end. The 4X Racing driver going to finish in 16th. 17th belongs to Luke Allen with Devin Visnall back in 18th. There's a look at the rest of your rundown here tonight. A lot of big names with some big trouble. Ryan O'Donnell with trouble. Buckley with trouble. Cole Day, Bill Benedict, both early exits here tonight from Chicago. Rough way to end the first half of the season for a handful of drivers, an uptick for a handful more. We'll see what week number 6 holds for us when we hit the track at the Twin Ring Motegi across the pond and over in Japan. And that's going to do it for us. But before we go, if you haven't already, remember to join us in that continued push to 4,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave of the Cave, or anybody else back at the headquarters. We appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you are one of our dedicated fans, friends, family, or one of our many different sponsors. We appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. So thank you once again. With that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.